All right, so a quick how-to on putting this together. This will be for the logo. We'll test the glow here. So the whole logo here, I'm just going to give you a quarter of the pie. The circles here will kind of represent where the mounts will go. Those won't really come into play for this, but just kind of give you an idea of, fight like you train, train like you fight. So this will be 090. That'll represent this. This is to be the backer. This will be the return 090, and I'll give you this little guy here. I think we're going to have to just use this no matter what. It'll also give it a little bit of a strength too, so it'll be good, but this will be sort of a rib that we'll weld in. So what we have here is the return. We can go ahead and figure out the depth here. We can maybe extend this a little bit later, but for right now we just need to figure out this thing to see how this glows, and then we can work that later. So this represents the standoff that we will make later. You won't have this right now, don't worry about it, but this is just to show that the holes are 4 inches in, and that's where the standoffs will live. I have this at 2 inches over, so this gives us a 2-inch little track here to work with, and we'll just use this to mimic a reverse channel letter kind of glow thing, minus the polycarbonate. We don't need to put polycarbonate, I don't think. The idea is to keep this 2 inches from the wall. So when you do your tester, you won't have this, don't worry about that, but just go ahead and kind of hold it or fake it so you got 2 inches here, because that's what the channel letters will be off of. And then the idea is to have your LED either, hopefully we can just get away with firing it directly at the wall like this, or might do something like that, tuck it up in, and if this is all painted white, then this will kick over and kick over here. I'm just worried that if we do it this way, we might get that chatter effect where, you know, how it hits this edge and then you get a shadow and you get a shadow, you get a shadow. So I don't know, but this is quite a bit away. So we're looking at, you know, 3+ inches. So that might be enough to allow this to do whatever. You might even try over here. This is why it's a test, but there might be a chance you can see it, but then again, I think we will get chatter if it's coming from here. So I think the best bet might be to try this, and that way it'll get rid of all the bounce, just get bounce, and then hopefully we get rid of the chatter. This will also keep us from wasting photons and having the light go all the way to the inside of the thing here, which does us no good. So this will help concentrate our light. So the way I see it is go ahead and set the backer up on your table up high enough to where this won't, you got room here. So take the backer, put it on a block of some sort, and then go ahead and set this in the groove to the top there and weld on this side only all the way around, just like a sort of like a reverse channel letter. And just go ahead and weld all the way, just tack it together. And then I would go ahead and, once that's done, flip it over and go ahead and work from this side and weld in here on the inside. And then that way you can keep this whole area, keep this a no-fly zone for welds. That way it's nice and clean, and you don't have any weld slag or anything like that. So, and then if you want to, tuck an LED right up against or over here, you're not dealing with welds. So keep your welds here, keep your welds here, and that's kind of how I see you'll do it for the whole big piece. The whole idea will be that this will be in 2 sections, 2 half sections this way. So you'll have a seam here. So you'll put the 2 backers together, you'll weld all this together, and then you can secure it onto your table. And then we'll break the returns into 4 pieces, but we'll stagger it. So that way you'll have a whole piece across here. It'll take care of that seam and go all the way here, and then we'll have a seam there, and then you can do a piece, and then do another piece, and we'll do another piece. And then once the whole return's on, like this, then we can flip it over, maybe on the floor or whatever, then just go around and just do the track all the way around on the inside as well. And then that way we can have that. It would be nice to do that with some flat white like we do. So anyway, so get this going. I wouldn't necessarily worry so much about the face. We're not really testing the face. It's just to get this to glow. See what we come up with. All right.